morning, students. In yesterday's class, we started with J.B. Priestley's essay, The First Snow. Yesterday, I gave you a brief description of the essay and told you a little bit about the author. We started with the essay yesterday, and the only thing that J.B. Priestley discusses in the essay is, as the title suggests, the first snow. How does it feel to have the snow? What feelings does the falling of the snow generate in you? What changes do you feel in the world outside you and the world inside? And what impact does the falling of the snow have on human behavior and character? This is the basic gist of the essay. Yesterday, when we began with the essay, we started with a reference from a character in Jane Austen's Emma. And the line in which the writer begins, he says, "There are people in whose life a slight fall of snow is an event." Falling of snow is indeed an event, as the writer elaborates in the essay. But it is not just an ordinary event, it is an event which has magic involved in it. As we turn through the lines of the essay, the writer gives us very interesting episodes and discusses the story of the three girls. The story of the three girls who had lived in a hot country, and when they had gone to visit a place which experienced snowfall, they were so thrilled and they were so lightened that they ran in the snow like fresh, young, demure schoolgirls. The first fall of snow was indeed a magical event. And how it is a magical event? It is a magical event because the writer says that you sleep in one kind of a world, and when you wake up, you are into a different world. He elaborates on the fact that when you sleep in the night, with the doors closed, with the windows shut by curtains, it is dark outside. It is grey or maybe any other color of nature. But in the night, the snow falls. And the most beautiful thing about the falling of the snow is that it is not coming down in shudders, it is not coming down with a loud crash. It is slow and it doesn't make any noise. And when you wake up in the morning, you discover a new world which is covered with white. A world which was grey the night before has turned into white. The writer says that the falling of the snow changes everything. Not only the outside is different. Outside refers to outside your window, outside your door, outside your room, outside your house. Everything in nature covers with thick snow, which turns into the white color. The interiors of the house also change. You feel different. You feel as if some fairies, some magical elves have been working throughout, and they have produced this invisible change. Nobody can stop oneself from this magic. Neither the adults nor the young children. All of them are irresistibly drawn towards watching the snow. And young children, yes, of course, they would sit next to the window and watch the falling of the snow. But even the adults are not far away from it. They too love to sit by the window and enjoy the falling of the snow. The writer says, it is like being on board ship. So the falling of the snow indeed has a magical impact, not only on kids, not only on children, but also on adults. And what is the magic? The world changes, the color changes, the shades changes, the hue changes, and the mentality and the temperament of human beings change. The writer further elaborates that when we get up in the morning, he discovers a world which is white and faint hues, blues. And then suddenly what happens? The light starts shining from the windows. The advent of the sun, the coming of the sun. Everything changes then. First it was the white, the snow, and now it changes into a different shade because of the coming of the snow. The little plum tree outside, faintly flushed snow, lining its boughs and artfully disposed along its trunk, stood in full sunlight. So the tree which was covered moments ago in white snow is now covered with full sunlight. The world, the writer says, has completely changed again. The beautiful Japanese prints that were there few moments ago, a few hours ago, have completely vanished, and comes a new world, a different world. And then it changes again. He says, now it has changed again. So earlier it was snow, then it was the sun, and then again it's a falling of the snow. The glare has gone, the snow starts falling heavily in great soft flakes, and it is so heavy that you can hardly see across a shallow valley. The roofs are thick, everything gets covered in the snow, and the whole world appears to be something out of the fairy tales of Hans Andersen. He was a very famous fairy tale writer. So the world changes before our eyes. The world which was dark and grey changes into white. It again changes with the coming of the sun, and then it again changes colors with the falling of the snow. When the snow is falling heavily, everything gets covered in white, and everything appears to be like characters from a fairy tale. He says, I can see children flattening their noses against the nursery window, and there is running through my head a jangle of rhyme I used to repeat when I was a child, and flatten my nose against the cold window to watch the falling snow. So the writer goes down the memory lane, and he remembers his childhood. He remembers that when he was a small child, he used to sit by the window, stick his nose to the window and peep at the snow falling outside. And he used to remember the 4 lines. Snow, snow faster, white albaster, killing geese in Scotland, sending feathers here. The lines imply that kids or small children, they used to believe that it is not the snow. It is that as if somebody has killed the wild geese, which is of white color, and the feathers of that geese have spread across, sending the white color everywhere in nature. So this is the reaction, this is the feeling of the writer when he experiences the snow. He takes himself back to being a child, and then he comes back again in the present. He says that when in the morning I first thought of the unfamiliar whitening world, I could not help wishing that we had more snow often than English winters, that English winters were more wintry. So right from where the writer began his essay, that falling of the snow is an event, and it is not an event, it is a magical event. And he explains the word magical, where he says it is magical because once it's black and swap it's white. You sleep with the black and the grey background in the night, and when you wake up in the morning it's white. So that's the magical impact of snow. What impact does the falling of snow have in the exteriors and the outside, he has discussed. Then he has talked that these things keep on changing. It doesn't remain the same. You have snow, then you have the coming of the sun, and then again you have the snow again. So this circle continues, this cycle continues. And he paces himself as a child, and he remembers that it is not the snow, but it is somebody who has killed the white geese, and the feathers have been scattered all over. Now he comes to a different aspect, and he says that when I look at the snow, I just analyze and I just feel that we could have an England which is more wintry. More wintry, he says. I wish I could refer to some parts of America and Canada where there is so snow always. He says, to quote from the text, to have snow and frost and yet a clear sunny sky and air as crisp as a biscuit. This seemed to me happiness indeed. But again, the very next line is paradoxical. The writer says, and then I saw it would never do for us. We should be sick of it in a week. Now what tires the writer's mind? He says that if this process continues, the falling of the snow continues and it continues to remain white and embedded in snow everywhere, what are we going to experience? We are going to get sick of it in a week. He says, what makes it happening? What makes it magical? What makes it thrilling? What makes it exciting is not the snow itself, the sight of the blanketed world, that is so enchanting, but the first coming of the snow, the sudden and silent change. So now with these lines we justify what the writer says, the first snow. So snow in itself is a very predictable weather phenomena. If it is wintry, it will snow, it will cover the earth, it is going to remain white for a few days. But the basic question that the writer poses is, are we going to experience the same magic? Are we going to be so excited every day? And he sums up in his own words and say, we cannot be excited every day, because every day falling of the snow, every day covering of the earth into a white blanket is not going to make things exciting and funny and something which titillates us. It is only the first snow which is enchanting, which is magical. And why it is so? Because we feel the sudden and the silent change. He says there is nothing dull than a climate which can be there in tropics, but weather is our Earth's Cleopatra. He says, differentiating between weather and climate, and he says that weather is our Earth's Cleopatra. We enjoy because of the unpredictability of nature. If we are supposed to know that this is going to last for 3 months, 4 months, we will tire of it, we'll get bored of it. But the weather, where you have the snow, the sun, the snow again, and the sudden coming of the snow, it's what makes life exciting. It's what makes the snow exciting to us. So that's all for this essay, the first snow. A little bit more on tomorrow's class, and then we'll move on to another essay prescribed in the syllabus. Thank you.